Atlanta News First Plus starts now.
Thank you for joining us here at the First Alert Desk on Atlanta News First. A busy overnight for Atlanta police, who have been conducting multiple investigations over the past few hours. We want to get straight out to Atlanta News First reporter Don Shipman, who is with the First Alert Breaking News Tracker outside of police headquarters, with what we're learning about each investigation so far.
In that lengthy investigation in northwest Atlanta, someone called 911 reporting that someone had been shot. Police arrived and they spent several hours on the scene. This right here is what it looked like. It's located at Lois Place. It was closed off right where Jones Avenue intersects. This was from 10:30 last night to around 6:30 this morning. The medical examiner arrived at around 4:30 this morning. We could see police cruisers on the scene there, also crime scene investigation units. Atlanta police are also investigating a death in southwest Atlanta. Police had the 500 block of Roy Street closed off for several hours overnight. Police confirmed that one person died, but they have yet to reveal how that person died. A police officer tells us that two men had been fighting shortly before that person died. Right now, it's not clear if police have made any arrests in either case. We'll keep you posted. We're outside Atlanta Police Headquarters downtown. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
And we're going to continue to follow those investigations and bring you the latest details. Let's take you out to Clayton County. A suspect now in custody after a lengthy SWAT standoff at a town home. Atlanta News First Mary Kate Hamilton is there with a look at the aftermath.
Yeah, this was initially a response to a mental health call. But now that it's daylight, we're starting to get a bit of a better picture of the aftermath. I want you to take a look at the townhome here behind me. You can see the damage to this home here after officers were finally able to break in through the kitchen and arrest the barricaded man without incident. But you can see these windows completely knocked out, and the officers were able to enter and arrest the gunman safely. The gunman uninjured, and all police officers were safe. This was a team effort by law enforcement. You can see in this video a massive police presence that went into this arrest. The Riverdale Police Department, the Clayton County Police Department, the Clayton County Sheriff's Office, and SWAT were all involved. The standoff lasted for hours, starting around 8 o'clock last night. It all happened here on the 6100 block of Camden Forest Cove. This is in Riverdale, and that's all according to Clayton County Sheriff Levon Allen. The Riverdale Police Department, the Clayton County Police Department, and the Clayton County Sheriff's Office, again, all involved. Residents were asked to avoid the area as the man was armed and dangerous. He is in custody as of this morning. And as the sun comes up this morning, we do have more questions that we're working to get answered for you, including exactly how police were able to de-escalate this situation and any charges the gunman may face. Mary Kate Hamilton, Atlanta News First.
All right, do me a favor. Come take a look at your screen. Police need your help finding a missing man. You may have gotten an alert on your phone asking you to look out for 61-year-old James Greg Powell. Canton police say he was last seen on November 2nd. Releasing this video, this really tells you the story and where police are at right now in their investigation. It shows Powell dropping his dog off at a neighbor's house and telling his neighbor he would be back in a few days to pick her up. The problem is he hasn't been seen since. So his car was later found at the River Green tennis courts on Racket Club Drive. If you end up seeing Powell or you have any information on his whereabouts, do get in touch with police. They are actively conducting this investigation. All right, well, I want to take a look at the world's busiest airport here for a minute as we continue to track travel troubles for flyers in and out of Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. More disruptions mandated by the Federal Aviation Administration due to the government shutdown. Right now, more than 1,400 flights have been canceled already, and more are expected to come. Atlanta News First, Neomani Watson reports.
We're seeing a bit of red on the boards here at Delta, but so far this morning there have been a total of at least 114 flight cancellations and more than 25 delays. Today, the FAA increased flight cuts from 4% to 6%. Delta Airlines says all of its FAA-directed flight cancellations have been completed through tomorrow. 280 main Delta flights and 215 Delta connections were affected out of 5,200 flights yesterday. 3 United flights departing from and arriving at Hartsfield-Jackson have been canceled for today due to the FAA reductions. Air traffic controllers have now missed their second full paycheck because of the government shutdown. Airlines say customers can request a refund if their flight is canceled. Still, travelers are growing more and more frustrated by the changes.
My husband, my hero right now, is driving from Virginia to pick me up here in Atlanta because there's no way out for me. So 8-hour trip for him, and I will be standing out in the arrivals and departures, flagging him down, going, help, get me home.
Initially, the FAA planned to cancel flights by 10% by this Friday, but U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says there could be additional cuts depending on how long it takes for the government to reopen. Reporting from Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, I'm Neomani Watson, Atlanta News First.
It is Tuesday. It is also Veterans Day, so we want to take this time to give our thanks to all of those who have served. Originating as an Armistice Day back in 1919 to mark the end of World War I, today we take the time to honor our service members and reflect on how much they have given in their time and their sacrifice to keeping our country safe and defending us abroad. So I want to talk about some of the local celebrations that are happening in and around Metro Atlanta. The annual ceremony at Brookhaven City Center kicked off at 10 with a formal color guard, tributes, and family-friendly activities. And right now in Sandy Springs, the 16th annual Veterans Day tribute is happening at the Byers Theater at the Sandy Springs Performing Arts Center. And in Buckhead, the Atlanta History Center is hosting a ceremony that is underway right now and will continue through much of the morning and into the afternoon. There will also be early museum access for veterans and their families, so if you have an opportunity to make it out, maybe you have a veteran in your life, take the time to appreciate them. These are all free events, and there are more for you happening in and around our communities, as well as discounts and freebies for the veteran in your life. So you might want to go to our website, atlantanewsfirst.com, for that full list and share it with your friends and your loved ones. And make sure you get outside today. It is looking a little better than maybe the very beginning of this week. We are starting to warm up, which means maybe, Isaac, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Isaac Williams, who's going to break down what the next few days are looking like for us here in Metro Atlanta.
Yeah, Maria, and warmer is the word starting tomorrow. Today is still a bit iffy out there with the chill in the air, but at least there is some improvement with the wind out there. We are looking at a much calmer wind speed out there than we were looking at yesterday, and that is some good news that's making the wind chill a lot more bearable. Good morning. Sunshine continues. We had one of the coldest mornings that we've had since February. Today, the low temperature at Hartsfield-Jackson got to 28. That was the official low from the Weather Service. 49 today, so we're not going to turn around much. 28 to 49 is 21 degree warm up today. Not as windy, but no rain, no snow, no flurries, anything like that. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be in the 30s with some patchy frost. Most of us will be above freezing. The normally colder spots, some of the suburbs and mountains, probably will see a near freeze again, but a hard freeze with numbers out in the low and mid 20s. We don't see that happening tomorrow, which is good news. And again, we're going to be trending warmer through the day tomorrow. Morning frost, but a milder day at 64 degrees. So that is very close to average for this time of the year, which is around 65. So we're looking at near normal temperatures coming forward. But here's the 7-day forecast. As we go into Thursday, Friday, we're going to keep adding about 3 or 4 degrees each day until the weekend, where we level out at about 75. But right now we're looking at rain chances holding off. Yesterday it was looking pretty wet Sunday night into Monday of next week. We still see that system in the weather models, but it looks like it's going to be delayed about a day to day and a half. So we're looking at maybe Monday night into Tuesday before we see some more widespread showers and storms coming in. Until then, we're looking at dry weather holding through the weekend. So as it stands now, we look to have beautiful warm weekend ahead with highs of 75 and morning lows down in the 50s. on radar this morning. We still have maybe a few flowers up in the high snow showers up in the Tennessee, North Carolina Smokies. But other than that, we're looking at quieter weather as we see high pressure building across western Florida and southern Alabama. Apparent low pressure as well up into Canada. And we're looking at, again, much quieter weather, much calmer winds. It is still a little bit breezy out there, but not expected to see those wind gusts. Yesterday we had 5 consecutive hours at the airport here in Atlanta where the wind gusted over 40 miles an hour. So a very blustery and windy day yesterday, thankfully in a calmer pattern. Cold weather's the story today, though. We have cold air kind of invading the southeast. I was checking some wind chills down in Florida. Orlando and Daytona Beach were having wind chills in the 20s this morning. And some of the Florida meteorologists I was following, seeing that they don't see that type of cold rarely even in the dead of winter, January and February, but this early is definitely unprecedented. And where that record cold is on the map here, that's where some of the record low temperatures occurred earlier today, and we had quite a few across the southeast. Wasn't a record in Atlanta, but it is certainly cold out there this morning. But as we look ahead to midweek, we're going to see kind of a pattern shift where we see this chilly cold air across the eastern half of the country begin to get pushed out of the way and rotate out of here back into Canada, and in its place we're going to see a warming trend and a ridge of high pressure come in, and that's what's going to lead to those warmer afternoons starting tomorrow. We're kind of in a transition day out of the cold today, and Sunday, if you remember, was kind of the transition day into the cold. And again, thankfully, it's still early enough in the quote-unquote season where we don't see these cold air outbreaks last for too long. The chill is intense, yes, but the good news is that it is not lasting for too long. Here's a look at Friday. Wanted to pull Friday out of the Super 7 day here. 73 in Griffin, 72 in Carrollton, 74 in Rome. These are highs. To close out the work week, will be in the low 70s, pretty much area-wide. And then the warmest days look to be over the weekend. Still not looking to be too humid, which is good news, but mid-70s going to feel great for mid-November. Lows in the 50s too, a far cry from the 28 that we saw this morning. So we're going to see a 30-degree jump in both the morning and the afternoon temperatures by this weekend. And again, looks like we will stay dry through at least Sunday and hopefully Monday of next week.
Thank you for watching ANF Plus. For more breaking news, live coverage, and your community stories, download the Atlanta News First app. You can also watch us on YouTube, Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. To join the conversation on YouTube Live, visit our channel and hit subscribe. You can also listen to the Atlanta News First podcast by searching Atlanta News First on your preferred listening platform.